The International Basketball Federation ambassador and member of the Basketball Federation here in Nigeria, Olumide Oyedeji, is very confident that Nigeria's men's national basketball team, the Tigers, have what it takes to row and conquer the FIBA Afrobasketknockout Championship due to take place in Luanda, Angola, in the next few weeks from now. You think Olumide Oyedeji, one man who, let's say, took Nigerian basketball, especially the Tigers, to the summit, will put to work to talk?
Yeah, I think so, but it's beyond that. I mean, we haven't been at the best when it comes to men's representation at the continental level, so it's just part of, he's an ex-international. He understands what gives morale. I don't expect him to come and say something else. I don't. I expect him to be that bridge of morale, motivation to anybody who reads, people who should gather around the team to believe that we can go past the group that we have been
talking about the group. There is Tunisia, there is Cameroon, there is Madagascar. Nigeria should be able to come out top in this group, despite the presence of another powerhouse in African basketball, Tunisia.
We should. I only see Tunisia giving us a strong foot. Yeah, Cameroon.
How about Cameroon?
Cameroon can be very good too. They have a very strong male and female team. No doubt, even Madagascar. But you look at the trends. You look at their performances. You look at their index. That tells you that much is desired. So I think that from what we saw, I'm not going to judge the Tigers from what I saw previously. I'm thinking that they should have an ambition. If they should be ambitious enough, if their target is to at least get something, you can't. The last time they will have ever achieved something at the continental level was in 2015. We got to 2017 finals, lost to same Tunisia. So I'm thinking that we need to change the narrative, and it begins from saying that we can do it. I don't think there should be a problem with all qualifying from the group, except something tragic happen, which we do not even pray for.
Oyedeji, one man who took Nigerian basketball to the heights, giving support to the Tigers' participation at this year's Afro-Basketball Championship in Luanda, Angola. It's expected that this meeting will take place in the next few weeks, about 2 weeks from now, and and we understand 16 teams have been divided into 4 groups of 4 teams each, with the top 2 emerging from each of the group that will go straight into the knockout stages of the competition. So, if you're looking out for the date, exactly the 12th of August to the 24th of August, this is when this championship will be taking place. And talking about basketball, let's take it a bit higher. It is playoff semi-finals, and right now, it looks like it has come to the end of the road for some of the teams, especially Cavaliers. Cavaliers is now out because Indiana Pacers is giving them a 4-1 win, that's an aggregate win in their playoff. In the early hours of this morning, we saw some kind of heavy scoreline, if you ask me, in that fixture that ensured that it was now 4-1 in the series. What do you make of Cavaliers going out of the competition at 114 to 105 points in the early hours of this morning?
Well, I mean, I feel for Cavaliers. I really feel for them because when you look at their performance in the regular season, it tells you that this is a team that really truly does a lot.
They were more ranked than the Indiana Pacers.
More ranked in terms of even in average performance per game. But look at how dicey the playoffs can be. I mean, I never saw that coming. If you had asked me that Indiana would get a better chance of going through against the Cavaliers when the pairing was done at the semi-final level, I would have said no, because we saw how beautiful the guys did.
Cavaliers were number 1 seed in that in the group, and then we had Indiana Pacers as number 4.
Number 4.
So
they're together. And look at how it is, and even the number 2 seed too also suffering. It's not easy for the big teams. The best teams in the regular season, they're not finding it easy at all, and that's the beauty of the NBA. Very unpredictable. No surprise. No wonder why it continues to revolve that way. But I am thinking that we no doubt take nothing for granted. Yes, we want to appreciate Donovan Mitchell for the effort that they have put in in the game. Gallant, Gitrus Gallant has also, that game we have not seen him at his best in these playoffs as compared to what he did in the regular season. But I think that you cannot also downplay the fact that we have Haliburton, who has been fantastic for the side, pulling massive strokes of points to ensure that his team gets to this level. He's one man who cannot be overlooked when you talk about the effort of Indiana Pacers in the playoffs especially.
Well, let's look at the order in the Eastern Conference, because that is the first qualifier in the Eastern Conference. Now we have, Indiana Pacers, qualify at the expense of Cleveland Cavaliers 5-1. Like we mentioned there, the number one ranked seeded team in that group is now out of the competition. Let's look at the other fight between the number 3 New York Knicks and of course number 2 in that group, Boston Celtics. Boston Celtics now is at a deficit of 3-1. Can they come back later to say the early hours of tomorrow morning, because the New York Knicks is traveling to meet them in Boston, and it promises for me only chance they have to either close up or crash out of the playoff series. And
but I think that with the way they have composed themselves, it's very dicey if the series to really point out that they may not get it, because they have shown that even in New York they can get maximum win. They travel away from home, they can also do the needful. And I fear for Boston Celtics. I just need to had an injury in the last game, and I'm hoping that he can be fit enough to play in this one. So it's very dicey, but like I said, I'm just going to hope that some of the, I think he ruptured his Achilles tendon, and that can be a very, very disadvantage for Boston Celtics. I'm just hoping that the Knicks can, hold on to that win. They have really done so well, and just one win for them now, it will be done and dusted. But then anything can still happen at this point.
Well, let's look at what's happening in the Western Conference, and there are some interesting features there as well. Oklahoma City right now leads Denver Nuggets 3-2. In the early hours of this morning, we saw, Oklahoma play 112 points to 105 points a win over Denver Nuggets. Denver Nuggets still without their hitman, Clyde Jokic.
Yeah, and they have been trying, striving to do so well. Also we saw the change of coach even before the regular season ended, and one wouldn't have believed that the same Denver, would be this rejuvenated to striving for something beautiful, just the way we saw them did in 2019. Was it 2020 or thereabout? I think that they have really, upped the ante. And obviously, the Thunders did their best too, but I still believe that some of the guys, Nikola Jokic, played in this particular one. Even with that, I'm sure that also inspired them, scoring 44 points in this one. And you look about Jamal Murray also pulling that string for them too. These are players that whenever they are good enough, they are inspired, you can always get something beautiful. So my fear is, haven't seen them now. Yes, they lost with just about 7 points to the Thunders, but that's not enough for me. The brilliance I saw in that display can be very, very enticing.
Let's look at Timberwolves versus the team from the Golden State Warriors. Do you think they can have a chance to come back?
Deep inside of me, yes, I totally believe that the Golden State Warriors will find it very difficult. I don't know why I'm just having this thinking.
It's 3-1 now, in Game 4.
Because at the target center, if you cannot win, at the own backyard chase center, I'm wondering how you're going to go away from home and win. I really feel so bad, because a lot of times when I expect them to pull the magic, they can't. They struggle. They have been struggling. Even when to qualify from the series, I saw how they struggled. The GSW isn't the way we want them to be. But like I said, it's a game of chance and picking maximum basket. If you can do that, shoot from beyond the arc. I don't know how they're going to do it, but something tells me that Timberwolves will not lose at the target center, because whenever they play in the target center, you get to see maximum of 15, 18, spectators coming out to watch them, and I don't see anything changing, except for the fact that we're going to see a very strong fight from the Golden State Warriors tomorrow.